ready. Excited for the day. It's going to be an amazing day. Back to the racing.
We need more Philly. Gather two. Best show ever in
And a very happy Tuesday to you.
Stop right there.
What do you mean?
I know what you're expecting.
What?
A theme with a different guest and a different overall feeling. Well, too bad.
Because it's National Fashion Day.
It's National Fashion Day, baby.
So we had to bring in the most fashionable person we know.
Ourselves.
It's Dan Beckman. Look at this right here.
This is my LA trend. This is what I hear is everyone is doing this on the West Coast.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Speaking of the West Coast, hello, West Coast, East Coast, and Middle.
In between coast.
My name is Erinn.
My name is Dan.
And together we are
Erinn and Dan. And this is Erinn and Dan, but it's live. It's everything you love and hate about Erinn and Dan, but it's live.
It's happening right now. It's 8:01 on Tuesday, July 9th. What is happening out there? Hey, Jennifer Ginsburg, thanks for tuning in.
I see some familiar faces out there. If you're out there, drop a comment, say hey, tell us what you're up to, where you're coming in from. If you're here for the first time, welcome.
Welcome.
Thank you for following us here, and here.
Yes.
If you're returning again and again each and every Tuesday at 8 p.m.
We love it.
We love it, and we thank you dearly.
We really do feel like y'all are a nice community, and that makes me feel so happy.
Thanks, Dickie. Just don't let it happen again.
You guys, seeing you here every week literally brings a smile to our face. It doesn't matter how big we are. What are you okay?
I don't know what's
Bruce?
happening to Bruce. If you're smelling those things, you should probably go to the ER.
I think you should. Or maybe that's what he's wearing right now. Maybe that's his fashion. Bruce
I
Rutherford's
could see
fashion.
2 pieces of toast right there and some syrup in the beard.
I was thinking cinnamon rolls, but
I bet
understand.
you were. I bet you were.
Oh my gosh. I am so happy to see you guys. Oh, you're watching Shark Week. That's fun.
I'm so glad that Shark Week persists. When I was a child, there was Shark Week, and we all look forward to it because syndicated television, that's where it was at. Nowadays,
So
I'm surprised they're still keeping it up, but I guess we all got to hang on to the last dredges of society that we have left.
Yes, it's important to do. What are y'all drinking out there, by the way? We actually poured ourselves a high-fashioned glass of Starbucks coffee.
Well, the brand name wasn't important. Let's just pretend it's a fashion microbrew from a company that locally sources its beans from companies that treat its pickers with the utmost respect.
You know, I have known some people who have worked for Starbucks and they've had great experiences. I've also known some who haven't.
Mom, it's Fashion Week. You don't wear regular clothes. If there's one thing I've learned from looking at the catwalks is that less is more is less, and in between is not
Since
acceptable.
when have you looked at the catwalks? That's the question.
I've seen a few.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
I've seen a few.
You guys, go ahead and post in the comments what you're drinking because we have a toast coming at you right now. We are doing Urinetown right now. We just started rehearsals yesterday at Spring Theater. The show opens at the end of this month, and we literally cannot wait for it because it's a phenomenal show. We hope every single one of you in the triad will come. But in this time, we also have our cast and we have our crew. And today, our amazing stage management team of 3 people decided to give you the toast of a lifetime. So let us know what you're drinking and raise those glasses. And here they are.
We'd like to propose a toast, and we hope that everyone has a great, great day, and that you're breathing, and that you're eating good food, and that you're just so happy, and you enjoy yourself.
And that you can freely pee and your urine is clear.
There's some context that's probably important for that. Anyway.
Yeah.
Cheers! Yay!
Cheers. Clink. Yeah.
Nice and free.
The context in question, of course, is that which is the central premise of the show Urinetown. Who out there has heard of the show Urinetown? And I'm not
Yes.
saying you are in town. I'm saying
Urine
Town.
But honestly, please don't let, and I've been telling audiences this all week, please don't let the title scare you away from the show. It's
No.
a really great show. It's about class disparity. There's some amazing, amazing songs in it.
The premise is that it's a very near dystopian future where there has been a severe water drought, as opposed to some other kind of drought.
A non-severe water
and
drought.
They've had to, in order to sort of manage the water supply, the rich have taken it upon themselves to tax urination, so you have to pay to use restrooms, public restrooms. And
it's really interesting how it all pans out. And it's really interesting how the themes really do come forward in today's world. And this show came out, what, 20 years ago?
Yeah, 20 and change. And it's a first and foremost, it's a brilliant comedy. Great, amazing love letter to musical theater. Every joke every line in the show is a laugh, but also the themes do hit really hard, and they talk about really important things. And it's amazing how much they satirize things that need attention.
Yep. And the music is great. The dancing is so much fun. And honestly, every single character in the show is fantastic. Like even down to the ensemble members. I love every single character in this show. We were talking to the cast about this, and I feel like it's a show where you can really shine.
Yeah.
There's not a box you have to fit into to be in this.
It's the most fun show for an ensemble, for my money, of any piece of musical theater in history. And funny, my mom says great songs. This was the one show in my lifetime where myself and my sister, who often did shows in high school, in the summer did a show with my mom and my dad, who also auditioned, and the whole four of us did Urinetown together.
That is so sweet.
It was awesome. It was a great memory. And it's a great show.
I wish I could have been there for that. That would have been a blast.
So come check out Urinetown at Spring Theater 2 weekends from now.
Yes. More on that later.
Use the discount code Erinn and Dan Live for 100% off your ticket.
Where does that fit in? Y'all, tickets are only $15, and in this economy, that is great. Y'all, I keep saying y'all. You know why?
Y'all.
Because our guest later on, he says y'all a lot, and I'm
Does
like,
he really?
Oh yeah. He's always like, hey y'all, what's up, y'all?
He's
y'all,
currently
y'all,
sitting
y'all.
in the green room agreeing with you, again, with our very generous craft services.
Yes, yeah. Jeffrey is currently being massaged by our three masseuses.
Yeah, while playing poker, and he's being dealt royal flushes every hand.
Yeah.
That's just the service we offer here.
And the food in the green room.
Oh,
don't even get me started.
Don't get her started. She will not stop.
So good.
She won't.
So good. Jennifer asks if my mom was on stage. No, my mother is a backstage and then some person. She does not like attention in any way, shape, or form. I don't know how I am her spawn.
And my parents didn't do theater. They just watched me do it all through high school. And then they, I don't remember exactly how it came about. They'd remember better, but somehow the idea got pitched that we all do it together, and they gave it a shot. And I think not only did we have fun, I think it gave them, that thing when you watch somebody do something forever, or you watch your favorite sport or a restaurant or something like that, and then you get involved in the process of that product, and you have a whole new respect for how it's made, how the sausage is made, so to speak. And I think they really enjoyed finding out theater was created from the ground up.
I think so too. That's really cool. And if you're interested in getting into theater in any way, shape, or form, you might want to try out this Thursday, which is in just a couple of days. We are doing Summer Sip and Improv at Spring. It is so fun. It is a blast. We did this last month. We're doing it again this Thursday, July 11th, and we have another one coming up in August. We hope you'll join us. It's a lot of wine. It's a lot of improv and new friends as well. We met some great people.
If you find improv intimidating, rest assured that this is not intimidating. This is a way to sit back, get social, kind of cut loose, leave your family and your children in the dust, and let them fend for themselves for a few hours while you come out, get smashed on cheap wine, and hang out with some good people.
It's going to be great.
Mm-hmm.
The wine's not the cheapest,
Yeah.
but it is lower.
It's not the most expensive, and it is the cheapest.
There you go.
It's not that bad. We get it from an actual wine store.
We do.
So
called
it's like a
Total
step,
Wine and More.
Maybe you've heard of it.
Yeah.
So it's
they
a
didn't
step above
sponsor us,
gas
though.
station wine, but we try to find the deals.
Yeah, the deals are the best. Howdy, Phil. Nice to see
But you know what? What really, the difference between a mid to low tier bottle of wine here in the States and a $6,000 bottle of wine, is there $5,995 worth of difference?
This, I think you are correct. I do like better wine, but
Do you?
I like the wines in the mids as opposed to I had a huge bottle of, not a huge bottle, a small bottle of very expensive wine on a cruise ship once. And while it was good, was it that much better?
I challenge you, Erinn Dirth, in an upcoming episode that I don't believe that you could tell the difference between a cheap and an expensive bottle of wine.
Oh, I certainly could.
Okay, we're doing it on the
vinegar
show.
level.
Oh, yeah?
I'm a connoisseur of vinegar.
I don't think there should be too much vinegar in any of the wines.
Do you know what I want to do?
No, we're doing this.
Anybody into olive oil?
No, we're doing this. You've thrown yourself under the bus now.
I did. I was trying to change the subject.
Nope, we're doing it. Taste test on the. We're going to do 4 glasses of wine, and you're going to rank them from cheapest to most expensive.
Okay, I am up for this.
Yes.
So if y'all want to send us any bottles to test online, we do have an email address, and if you email one of these, you can send us something to consume. We've done this many times, and we haven't been poisoned yet. So
I bet we can find some way to do this where both of us can try and tell the difference. I'm not going to do well, so maybe I just prep it for you because you're always prepping trivias and things for me.
That is
it's
true.
It's time that we show both of us for the frauds that we are.
The frauds. Speaking of frauds, you are not one. You are an award-winning photographer, Dan Beckman.
Two
He has
awards.
won 2 awards, but that's still award-winning. And every week we like to show the Dan Beckman photography photograph of the week. And this week it is. Oh look, it's a void. There it is.
Oh,
hey!
it's dead ass.
I love this photo. Tell us about it, Dan.
That is a peacock. A lot of people are inclined to take photos of these majestic birds and their beautiful plumage from the front where the colors and the iridescence really shines in the sun. I prefer dead ass.
And you know what's so great about it? We actually hung this above our toilet in the bathroom.
Yeah, my whole idea was we have 2 bathrooms that are like back to back. Not back to back. They're connected by a wall. As many rooms in houses
If I'm singing on the toilet in one room, he can hear me in the other.
If you're singing anywhere on earth, I can hear you. And I have the same peacock from the front, so we wanted to put the booty pic on one side and then the front pic on the other side, so it was like he was stuck in the wall, but we were too lazy, so we didn't do that.
Jennifer says we got Brian's attention with that photo.
Yeah, Brian. There's a guy who appreciates a good bird butt.
There's a lot of husbands named Brian.
Brian the helicopter.
Yeah, exactly.
Himself.
Is he listening? Not that Brian. That's another Brian.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of Brians watching right now.
That's the wrong Brian. This Brian is not.
Many women in my life are married to a Brian or a Kevin. My first boyfriend was a Brian.
My first girlfriend was a Kevin.
This year, I decided that I was going to learn. I was going to learn so many things because I am turning a giant number at the end of this year. And so I decided that 365 days, if I learned one new thing a day, look, another Brian, if I learned one new thing a day, I would be 365 things smarter.
If you can retain them at the end of the year.
Oh, I will.
You think so?
Yeah.
I'm going to put together a quiz for you of all of the facts, and you're going to answer, and we're going to aim
I'm ready.
Yeah, cool. I'm psyched.
The quiz, the wine,
That's what we're doing at the end of the year for you. I'm jazzed for it.
I'm ready.
Because this is my favorite segment. Kick us off, Erinn.
Woo! Okay, on July 2nd, I learned that the Mona Lisa does not have eyebrows. Did you know this?
I did, yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah.
However, Leonardo da Vinci supposedly did paint eyebrows, but they've faded. They found this out because in the year 2007, this is so funny, this French engineer, Pascal Cote, used a high-definition camera to magnify it 24 times and discovered a single brush stroke of hair on the left eye as well as traces on the left brow.
So it disappeared?
Yeah.
It faded over time?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
And actually, check this out.
Okay.
If you look at this is what it would look like with brows.
That's just...
It made me laugh.
That's just offensive.
I also learned on July 3rd.
Hey, did you know that the Mona Lisa is only as famous as it is because it was stolen, I think, 3 times?
Yeah, cool,
There was a huge amount of theft around it, and that's what made it such a world-famous painting.
Because we went to go see it in the Louvre, and it was fine.
Dude, here's the problem. First of all, it was like an 8x10 photograph.
Yeah, it's so small.
And second of all, anytime, this is my thing with travel nowadays, anytime you go anywhere and see anything that's remotely famous, all you're going to see when you get there is like 30,000 people holding up cell phones to capture the same moment. You go to the Tower of Pisa, you see everybody taking the same photo. I
still want to take that one, though, this Landy one.
But enough of my crotchety oldness. Erinn.
Okay, this is so cool. On July 3rd, the quietest place on Earth is this place. It is Microsoft's anechoic chamber. I can't pronounce that right.
Anechoic.
That. It's this chamber owned by Microsoft, and it is negative 20.6 decibels. Okay. I also learned on this same day, this is bizarre to me, that sound can be negative decibels, and I still don't completely understand it, but it fascinates me.
It's because 0 decibels is just the level at which humans cannot perceive that sound wave pressure anymore.
But it's just like, if a bear poops in the woods, do you hear it fart or whatever?
No, it's not like that at all. Because there's infrared light. Can you see it?
No, but it is there.
Yeah.
But
So-
how do we know all these things?
Because there's waves. You can measure sound is just pressure. So
Phenomenal.
0 is the level at which humans can no longer perceive sound, but it goes lower. And so they broke the Guinness Book of World Record for, well, it's your fact.
Isn't that crazy?
It's very cool.
Yeah, they did. They broke the Guinness Book of World Record for the quietest place
On Earth.
and on Earth.
And they broke it, by the way. The previous was 13, and they were expecting to break by -16. And we hit all the way -20.
Yes,
and
because
by the way,
of science.
pure silence, the sound of just literally air particles touching each other is -26. So that is darn close.
That's crazy to me.
I know. So cool.
So good job, Microsoft,
Thanks for that
You're
one.
not
I was really
just-
into that fact.
for the mice.
And I got to dive into that fact with you.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do that more.
Okay.
Maybe it'll bond us. Maybe it'll repair
Aw,
our marriage.
We need to.
Next.
Okay, I learned on July 4th, this is poor guy. So this is not the person, but did you know that someone has been constipated for 45 days?
Oh, God.
Okay, in the year 2013, an unfortunate Indian woman had to undergo surgical removal of a fecal mass that was as large as a football.
Now,
And
45
also,
days, you
it's
better
so
believe
gross.
that my fecal mass would be better than a football. Because after a good binge night, I put out at least a few softballs.
Yeah, but Indian people take better care of their bodies than you do. I've never seen an Indian eat more food than you.
I want to make jokes, but you're disallowing me by bringing
I'm sorry.
race.
I'm just saying Indian people take great care of their bodies. I have many Indian friends and they all look terrific and they're all very healthy.
Gandhi,
so this poor woman
Gandhi
with a
was known
football-sized turd.
for his self-care
Mhm.
and his immaculately trimmed pubes. Next.
Oh my God. Okay. On July 5th, I learned this is so kind of gross, but cool.
I don't know why I said that. Can I just
You want to
apologize?
take back the Gandhi?
Yeah.
I think you should.
I'm sorry about that.
That was rude.
That was
and
unnecessary.
A little unnecessary.
I've been with kids all day and I just had to.
I understand. I don't see any kids here right now, but they might not be
I
commenting.
know, but I don't want to make that my impression.
Okay, look at this. This is a platypus, and platypuses
Platypi.
sweat milk.
What?
Yes, they sweat milk. It's because that it doesn't have teats. Yep.
Okay,
Milk-
never mind. I'm bringing pubes back in it because you can't just then follow it up with teeth.
I said teats. That is an actual. They don't have it, so they sweat milk through their pores. You can even see this particular platypus is a little milky on the exterior, and that's because that's what happened. So it's an aquatic animal, so it doesn't actually sweat at all. So it's not sweat. If you see a wet platypus, that's milk coming out. Isn't that crazy? Now you know. Next, I learned on July 6th that on commercial flights, pilots and their co-pilots are required to eat different meals before flights so that they don't end up with food poisoning, both
like
of
an
them.
airplane.
Yeah,
Thanks,
exactly.
airplane. That's very cool.
Maybe airplane is the reason that this all started.
Airplane is the reason anything started.
I love airplane.
By the way, have you ever watched that movie? When I was a kid, I was like, this is the funniest movie ever made. Watched it recently for the first time in 15 years.
It's pretty racist.
Woo! There's some racist stuff in that
Pretty
movie.
racist.
Wow.
It's funny.
Yeah.
But it's
And
racist.
we watched Airplane with our crew on the riverboat, 80% of which is black. And we were sitting there with all of our friends and we were like,
Oops. This feels
I'm
awkward.
sorry, God. I just didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know. It's funny, the things that you realize now
I know.
that are inappropriate
It's
and always
crazy.
were. And it's just like, wow, how did we not know this?
It is crazy.
We're growing as a species.
Mhm.
All right, my last two facts. July 7th. You know who this is, right, Dan?
Richard Nixon?
Yeah, did you know that he played the piano, the clarinet, the violin, the accordion,
And the American people.
hey, and the saxophone?
Sorry, that was supposed to be a rim shot.
It's okay. That was supposed to be a rim shot?
It was supposed to be
What did you play? Oh, okay. Do it again. Here, I'll set
and
you
the
up.
American people.
Okay. And the saxophone was the last one. Bill Clinton also played the saxophone.
That's
He didn't
cool.
play the other four. That's impressive. He had time to play all those instruments and run a country.
And ruin it.
Well, then the last fact I learned was on July 8th. Do you know what this is, Dan?
That is a bunch of
It's one of my favorite things in the world.
yarn.
Yarn is not one of my favorite things in the
I don't know.
world.
You have 8 million favorite things.
That's not true.
Yes,
You
it
are
is
my
true.
favorite thing.
See, and
then
that
I
isn't
have
me.
that's not you, but this is one of my favorite things.
Okay, where's yarn rank in your list of favorite things?
Well, I do love yarn, but it's not one of my favorite things in the world. Anybody have any ideas?
Let me see what this is.
It's not string.
Oh, that's pasta.
Yes, that's not just pasta. This is the longest noodle ever made. It broke the world record. It is more than 10,000 feet long. Bum, bum, bum.
Italians have too much time on their hands.
And,
I've said it my whole life.
That's almost 2 miles. That is
Wow.
almost 2 miles of spaghetti. How cool
I think
is
spaghetti, if it's just one noodle, it's just a single spaghetti.
that? Oh, so that's a giant spaghetti.
That's a giant spaghetti.
And that's what I learned on my year of learning.
Is that it? Are we done already?
We are done
My
already.
favorite segment. Could you tell me
Aw.
something else you learned?
Yes. What else did I learn this week? I learned that you look very handsome dressed in LA fashion.
Thank you. I wish this registered more as blue. It's a black and blue jacket.
Yeah, we actually match more in person than we do
I've got
on this
these-
screen, but
These
that's
two
okay.
jackets that are like muted red and blue, but they don't really register as red or blue, and it makes me really, really sad.
That's okay.
Like, I got a therapist. Hi, Jill.
Hey, Myra says we saw the world's largest ball of twine. Yes, we did when we were on tour. Hey, John. We had the best time going to all of these things. Dan and I have seen the world's largest fork. We've seen the world's largest spoon.
We did? Where's that? Oh, the cherry in the spoon.
The spoon
Yeah.
is in
Minnesota.
Minneapolis.
Yep.
The world's largest fork is actually where Myra's from.
It's not in St. Louis. It's in Springfield.
It's
I
in
think.
Springfield.
Missouri, and it's in a freaking business park. It's like, here's a depressing office building, and here's the giant fork in the parking lot.
Has anybody out there seen any of the world's largest? I am dying to know because we live very close to the world's largest frying pan.
I'm waxed.
No, he's not. There's hair, I swear. You
Yeah,
just
tell
can't
him.
really see it
Tell him.
on. Aw, I love his hair. It's perfect. Look at how cute he is. Aw. Yeah, I'm dying to know if you guys have seen any of the world's largest, and if so, what your favorites were. One of our favorite things that we found along the roadside when we did our 50 states tour was this place called Ponyhenge. And it was a field in the middle of nowhere with no one out there and no one watching it that had like retired hobby horses all over
It
it.
was gross.
It was so
I'm not gonna lie
cool.
to you. We all got tetanus.
We didn't, but we
all
could have.
got tetanus.
We could have. It was a distinct possibility
Did you know that they used to call tetanus lockjaw?
because it used to lock your jaw, right?
Well, they didn't used to.
It wasn't the same thing.
Yeah.
Tetanus is not lockjaw.
How about
It's
your
not the
debug?
same thing. Have we told you all about our debucks
We had this thing on the show where we bet, not in the show, in life.
in life?
Rather than making bets, financial bets,
Because
have
we
a
pretty
thing
much
called,
share money.
Yeah, we have a thing called D-Bucks.
They're
and
Dan bucks.
Because I always win.
We used to have D-Bucks and E-Bucks, but then we figured that the currency was easier if it was all one thing.
Yeah, so it's D-Bucks. I don't really
D-Bucks
know why we
For
settled on
Dan
that.
or for Dearth.
Yeah, that's
It
it.
works.
That's it. One
But
D-Buck.
This is a very important
Tetanus
thing.
is lockjaw.
Um,
5, 4.
Not going to take
3.
the bet. Was that smart? Was that a smart
I
decision?
don't know.
I am behind.
You want another chance?
No, I don't. I am behind.
Yeah, you're always behind though. That's kind of the charm of the game.
Yeah. Oh, that's very sweet.
We had to put our family dog down today.
Well, we didn't have to, but
Well, we
the
didn't.
fam did.
The family
and
did.
It was so sad.
It was. It always is sad to lose a pet, isn't it?
Yeah. It's really it's a really hard thing. But I love how much love
This music is not
pets
appropriate
give
for this
us.
conversation.
But you know what
it's
is
always hard
appropriate
to
for
lose
this
a pet, isn't
conversation?
it? It's always hard to lose a pet, isn't it?
No, Dan. Your mom's probably crying right now.
No, she knows that that's how I cope with my crippling depression.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Weren't you going to do something?
I was, because I was, speaking of crippling, I always say, speaking of, hey,
Wait,
we have someone
I
that
gotta
I am
figure this out.
so excited to
I just-
introduce
I
to
am-
all of you today. But what are you doing with the sound effects, Dan? You're ruining this intro. There you go. Oh, man. Today's guest, we are so excited about because they were an
look at 'em.
acclaimed performer who stepped away from the world of theater and music in 2000 to work at WSJS. He has served as the public announcer for Wake Forest University since 2001. In addition to announcing the ACC men's basketball tournament, look at this picture right here. This is Jim McKinney in the center.
good old
And
Jim McKinney.
Jeffrey Griffin right on the side of him when he was in Guys and Dolls all them years ago. He has also announced for the Charlotte Hornets, the Winston-Salem Dash,
Wow.
and a whole lot more. He is an unbelievable person, a husband to Vicky, a father to Sophia and Miles, and a playmate to the most cutest, grumpy English bulldog named Stella.
And
Please
tonight he's going to be the playmate to you.
woo!
Put
All
your
of
hands
you
together. Virtually, of course.
for Jeffrey Griffin.
Woo!
Jeffrey.
What do you think?
Yay!
How's that for an
Dan,
intro? Huh?
Send my jacket back when you're done with it, will you?
Yeah, thank you for the rental, by the way.
You're good.
I thought I requested the one with chest hair because I'm getting a lot of flack, but, maybe next time.
What we had in stock, Dan, make it work.
I understand, and I'm not going to complain.
Jeffrey, how are you tonight?
Overweight and irritable and rocking it. I'm killing it. So, yeah, there you go.
Love it.
That is the way to be.
Now, Jeffrey, I've had the pleasure of speaking to you on the mass media many a time.
Yes.
And I love your personality. I love the way that you present people. I love the way you seem to love your job. But I'm also now told that you have an incredible singing voice.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I used to. I retired from that a little bit and kind of stepped away and really just, there are only so many hours in the day. And so I wanted to be husband more and I wanted to be dad more. And so I was kind of, it was their turn to be in the spotlight. And so that's what I do. That's what I enjoy. That's what I love. So I kind of stepped away from everything else except from radio. And so I do that because it's ridiculously early in the morning and I can still get done and then have the rest of the day. But it's just way cool. But yeah, I did grow up in the world of music and theater. So Erinn and I have done shows together, and Dan and I have not been on stage yet together, but we need to rectify that in the near future.
Honestly,
emphasis on erect.
Hearing both of you sing at once would be a masterpiece.
You think?
Oh, I do.
Should we do Lily's Eyes? Should we have a little Lily's Eyes from Secret Garden?
That's a great idea.
Sure. There are people say, were you going to go back to theater? And I go, there are a couple roles that I would consider coming out of retirement for.
Let's hear it.
If somebody did Fiddler, I'd think about Trevia.
Okay. You'd be great.
If we did Guys and Dolls, I'd think about Nicely Nicely.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I would consider Hairspray if I can be the mom.
Mama Morton?
No.
Oh.
Not Mama Morton. That's another show.
No, it's not.
That's Chicago.
Oh, that's Motormouth. I meant Motormouth. Wait.
No, he's not thinking he wants to be Motormouth.
No.
He's thinking he wants to be Edna.
I understand. Sorry, I'm new to musical theater, so
He's not qualified to be Motormouth. Not in 2024.
I think it's 2024 is the time.
Well, we'll see. But, so those are on the horizon, maybe. We'll see if circumstances are right. We'll talk about it.
Good to know. I mean, this is good because there's a potential producer watching right now. And if he wants Jeffrey Griffin to be
Who's that?
on the screen.
Who is it?
Well, I can't say.
Oh, yeah.
He's staying anonymous.
He's watching us from prison. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Harvey Weinstein.
Woo! Wait.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm sorry. I'm feeling squirrely tonight, Jeffrey, and I'm sorry that you're catching the brunt of that.
Sorry. Onward, and we're going to bypass that one. By the way, the biggest thing that I've seen is the chair in Thomasville.
Yes, that thing is so cool.
Big chair in Thomasville, world's largest chair.
Yep.
Way cool. There beside the railroad tracks. You got to go.
Is it bigger than the chest of drawers in High Point?
Yes.
Oh, great.
I think it is.
Great.
I think the chair is bigger.
I've not seen
People
it.
in High Point will disagree, but I think the chair is bigger.
I think you're right, Jeffrey.
That's true. You can never trust the locals on their own world's largest artifact, can you?
No, it's totally not. That's irresponsible journalism right there.
Because then it's not just the world's largest ball of twine. It's like the world's largest ball of consecutive twine that is this long.
Yeah.
Just stop. You win. Fine. Whatever. Twine,
Exactly.
chair, chest of drawers. You win. You got it. Great. We're on.
That's why she loves seeing like the world's largest blankety blanks, and so does my dad. And I don't really get it because it's like, if it exists, there's obviously a world's largest of it. So I can just assume I know what it looks like. You know what I mean? And maybe that makes me a party pooper.
It does.
Okay.
I don't know. What do you think, Jeff?
No, own it. Make it work. Be proud. Wear the badge of honor. On the shirt, but on the
flesh, on the flesh of my chest.
I'll pin it right to him right here.
Should I wear this to spring rehearsal tomorrow?
No.
Okay.
You shouldn't. We also saw the world's smallest park. It is in Oregon. It's in Portland, Oregon, and it's a tiny little park, Miller Park, and it's the world's smallest park. It's teeny, teeny.
Have you seen that, Jeffrey?
No, and I'm good with that. It's all right. If I have to bend over to see it, I'm probably not going in. I'm too lazy for that at this point in life. I'm not doing that.
I will tell you, it was one of my favorites actually, because someone just planted basically a pine sapling on a crossroad median, and that was the park. So I think points for sense of humor.
You got to have it, right?
Absolutely.
That's like if we put flowers in the yard, if they don't grow halfway up to meet us, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm not bending over to smell them, not to water them. So if you're not coming halfway, I'm out. You're fired. You don't make the team this year.
You bring up an interesting point. People are always telling me to stop and smell the roses.
Oh, yeah.
Are people still doing this?
No. No, they're not. They're not smelling the roses. And probably because they're offended by the color. And then I'm offended that they're offended. And someone would rather have daffodils or daisies than the roses. And why don't you just go get a head of cauliflower and you stay to yourself or something?
Yeah. Plus, there's an app for all of that.
Sure.
You don't need to be smelling flowers.
I'm waiting for the scratch and sniff app. That's the one, right?
That's it. Do you know though? They have developed. I've seen this, and they're not that expensive. This app, this peripheral for like your TV or your video game consoles, where that comes preloaded with a series of mixes that people can register things in their games and movies that it will emit certain scents to make it like a 4D experience.
Wow, interesting.
No. Look, you get to video games, anything past Pac-Man or Space Invaders, Pitfall. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, but imagine if you'd been playing how immersive Pac-Man could have been if in addition to the puck and the nibbles, you could have smelled whatever it is that Pac-Man smells.
That's scary, Dan. I'm not sure what those little monsters smell like. I don't want that.
If it was like Yoshi's or what's the pink guy that I love so much? Kirby.
Oh, yeah.
If you go to Kirby's land and there's like cotton candy clouds and ice
Ghosts
cream.
have names?
I guess.
Oh, yeah.
The ghosts don't have names.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
They're Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Sue?
Clyde.
I don't care if the ghosts have names. How about that? So there you go.
Well, the ghosts don't care if you have a name either, Jeffrey.
And I don't care how big the chair in the road is.
Pac-Man.
Was that like the catchphrase slogan thing back in the day?
No, I just made that up. Mad skills. I'm gonna embark on a second career as a rapper.
I think you should bump it up to a first career.
It was such mad skills that I was like, yep, that was it, Dan. That was it. Can't believe you forgot it.
My dad was a big-time Pac-Man player back in the 80s.
Thanks for dating us, Dan.
Well, no, I mean, I just mean what I said was, let's move on.
Oh, is it time to move on?
I don't know. I just was saying it for comedic effect.
Oh, I see. But Jeffrey, Dan.
What?
Today is National Fashion Day.
That is true.
Yes. And I asked Jeffrey earlier today what he was great at. And he said, I'm pretty much brilliant at all things. Isn't that about what you said, Jeffrey?
I think I referenced Trivial Pursuit. Does anybody even have that game? I was really good at Connect 4, checkers. But if you want to do Trivial Pursuit, but otherwise, since it is National Fashion Day or Fashionista Day, I think we must, right?
I think
so
you're right.
What you're saying is that this calls for a
Trivia Smackdown.
Trivia Smackdown.
I already said it.
Oh, yeah. Woo! Trivia Smackdown. It's going to be Dan versus Jeffrey because I already know all the answers because I put the trivia together.
Ooh.
I am so excited. Audience, feel free to chime in. And if it's not too late, you too could be the champion.
Jeffrey, you're going through it over there.
There's no way this turns out well, but all right, let's go.
Let me tell you, is it truly all about fashion?
It's a fashion trivia for both of you.
I think this is going to be embarrassing for everybody, Jeffrey.
Good. Great. I'm all in. Let's go.
So excited. So how we'll do it is you, Jeffrey, our guest of honor, will get to answer first. If you get it correct, you get 1 point. Ding, 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 ding. Thought you were going to ding something.
Oh, sorry. Do it again.
Yeah, you get 1 point. However, if you get it wrong, Dan gets a chance to steal. And if he gets it right, he gets 1 point. But if he gets it wrong, he gets no points. And then it's his turn to count. So that's that. Woo! All right, Jeffrey, our first question is, what undergarment used to create volume is this woman wearing under her skirt?
A crinoline.
That is actually
What?
incorrect. Do you know, Dan?
Is it a bustle?
It is a bustle.
Oh! Now,
Now,
I think they were often made from crinoline.
true, but it's called a bustle.
Sorry, Jeffrey. I was really...
Shame.
Got to get your bustle and flow up.
Hey, I like that.
Hey.
All right,
All right.
The score is 1-0, but there's so much time to catch up. Dan,
Yeah?
for your first question, what is the name of this suit
Ha.
popularized by jazz musicians in the 1940s?
Is that a zoot suit?
It is a zoot suit. Well done.
Remember that song, Zoot Suit Riot?
Ryan,
You don't know that song?
No.
Oh, you'd be great on that song.
you would be great on that song. You
I'd
don't
be
even
great
know
in
how
that
good-
suit. That's what I'd be great in.
You would be great in that suit singing that song.
I've
Yes.
seen you in that suit. I think you're wearing it in this picture right here.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that a zoot suit, Jeffrey?
I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't know. Who is that guy? I'm too young. I was too young.
Which one are you, Jeffrey?
He's the one on the right of Jim McKinney.
Yeah,
the
Jim's
stage
left
writer.
shoulder.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Look at you go.
Yep.
How about
I
that?
saw that production before I met Jeffrey because Jeffrey and I were in La Boheme together. Is that correct?
Yeah, something like that. I was
One
a
of the operas.
baby. I was a baby.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
It was so good. I was so impressed. All right, Jeffrey, for your next question, what type of glasses are these? Audience, feel free to help out.
Boy.
Yeah.
That's a hard one,
audience.
right?
I think I won a pair of those at the fair in 86 or 87.
Thanks for
Nice.
dating us, Jeffrey.
Was it the Dixie Classic Fair,
It was.
formerly known as?
I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, it was.
The
Not
artist
bad.
formerly known as Dixie.
But those are 80s sunglasses, but I don't. That's what they are.
Well, that's close. Dan, do you have a guess?
I don't know, but I know that T-Pain looks very fresh in them. So I'm going to say they're called Freshensies.
No. The correct answer is shutter shades.
Ah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Now you
Jennifer
know.
Ginsburg also said 80s glasses.
Nice. Yeah, isn't that cool? They're called shutter shades because they look like shutters.
I get it.
I love it. I
Did
just learned this today on National Fashion Day.
No, good. It's good. Good information to have. All right.
Yeah. Shutter shades. I shan't forget
This
that.
could be
again.
your July 9th trivia.
Ah.
Oh, yeah. So true. You could just recycle this next year.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm so ready.
You're a thinker, Jeffrey.
All right, Jeffrey. Here is your next question.
It's Dan's question.
Where? Dan,
Thank you for
here
your
is
honesty.
your next question. Where is a cummerbund worn
You mean on the body
on the body?
or on the waist?
At the prom.
Correct.
Yeah.
You're both correct. Around the waist and at the prom.
At the
Yeah.
prom, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, here's the question. Is it worn with the folds going up or the folds going down?
I always learned if it was folds up so it would catch all the crumbs.
That's exactly right, Dan. Bonus point for Dan. Yeah.
Wow. I
Right.
did not know that. That's very impressive.
Yeah.
Well, Jeffrey and I are fashionable people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I used to be in the Stevens Center Children's Choir way back in the day, and we had to wear cummerbunds. And I don't remember which way my folds went, but I do remember thinking they were kind of cool. I always thought it was like a bow without the bow.
Okay.
I-
Good times.
All right, Jeffrey, what sort of hat is this woman wearing?
Well, you could go with felt, but I'm not. God, I will go with a flapper hat.
Ooh, that is such a cute answer. However, Dan, do you have a guess?
I'll be 100% honest. I was literally going to say flapper hat because I'm going to say it's a Daisy gets run over by a car in the Great Gatsby hat.
That is a good guess. It is a cloche. The hat was popular in the 1920s, and it means bell in French. Ta-da! So next time you see one of those, you can say, nice cloche.
I would
I'll
never.
be sure and hold on to that. That's
Yeah.
great.
You never know when you're going to need that one in your back pocket.
Right?
In your back cloche.
In your back cloche. I like it. All right, Dan. Your next question is, who were blue jeans originally made for?
I got to believe they're like horseback riders, cowboys, that sort of a thing.
That is a great guess.
No?
However, it is... Jeffrey, what do you think? Blue jeans
Miners
were
in the
originally...
California Gold Rush.
Woo!
No way!
That is correct!
How did you...
I am so impressed right now.
Oh, look at the victory. Excessive celebration. There's a
Yes.
flag on the play.
15 yards. Yeah, the other way. All right.
Woo,
That's
catch.
a baseball joke.
Oh. I get all the balls mixed up.
I know you do.
All right. Now it is time for Name the Fashion logo.
Oh,
So
goody.
I'm going to show you a fashion logo, and you are going to see if you can name it, starting with this logo, Jeffrey. It's so beautiful. I would have thought it was Starbucks.
It's not Starbucks. It's not Oscar de la Renta. I'll
Is it
go
Oscar
with
Mayer Wiener?
Medusa R Us.
So close. What do you think, Dan? Do you recognize
Stone
this?
cold fashion would be the subtext for that.
Yeah, I like that.
I don't know what this is, but is it like anthropology?
No, it's a good guess. The correct answer is Versace.
Oh, man.
It's okay. It's okay.
I have 30 gay friends not watching the show right now who are kicking me for this.
It's so true. Hey, Marlene Anderson got it correct. Good job.
Wow.
Oh, so did Teresa
Look at
Kennedy.
this.
Good job. Good job. I'm very impressed. All right, let's see if this one, Dan, if you can get this fashion logo.
Okay, so this always confused me because there's two things. But is that Chanel?
No, it is not. But it is two things. What do you think it is, Jeffrey?
It's Gucci.
Yeah,
It is Gucci.
It is Gucci.
Is that two G's or is that two C's?
Yes.
Hold on. Wait
Because it looks like a G and a C.
Yeah, because look at Chanel's logo. Have you seen it?
No.
It's like, hang on, I'm trying to pull it up.
Hopefully it's not going to be on this quiz later.
No, but is it?
No, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't remember.
This is the Chanel logo,
Oh, yeah.
and this is the Gucci logo.
Nice.
It's just, can we get some creativity in Italian fashion? French or whatever it is.
I think they say oi to you. All right. Jeffrey,
Yes.
name this logo.
Oh, Ralph Lauren Polo.
Oh, and you got the
Very,
full
very
name
nice.
too.
Mm.
Yes, I'm going to just imply the victory because those slides become a bit
A bit much.
inundating.
Yeah, I agree.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yep. We're going to skip this next one. Let's show them why.
Oh,
So,
I'm
look,
sorry.
it's Coco Chanel. What a surprise. You would have had a freebie, Dan. You knew that.
I have too much integrity.
Oh, that's
Okay.
sweet.
It's all right.
All right. But can you name this logo?
Oh, this is a challenge, but I'm going to say Adidas.
That is correct. Hey. Not only is it correct, but it kind of looks like those shutter glasses, doesn't it, Jeffrey?
It does. Those are 1980 shoes right there. That's nice. Yeah.
I always thought they looked a little bit like a pot leaf.
It does.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard.
So, and I wouldn't know.
I wouldn't
know. From what I've seen on
Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's it. All my time I've been spent Wikipedia and cannabis. This is what I've learned.
Exactly. All right, Jeffrey, here comes another logo at you that may have been around in the 80s and is definitely around now.
That's Reebok.
Good job.
Woo!
Good job.
Very nice. Very, very nice.
Wow.
All right, this is getting close. We are tied now,
Are we?
Dan. Mm-hmm.
No.
Can that be?
I think it is.
Oh,
What is this logo, Dan?
Well, as a theater performer who has no business wearing these, that's Lululemon.
That is correct.
I thought it was Lululemon.
You're probably right. Coco Chanel, Gucci, Lemon.
Lululemon.
Do you think that's true?
I don't know,
No.
but I would trust Jeffrey.
I
Look
would
at him.
too. I would too.
No.
He goes, no.
No, my daughter's
right,
in middle
Jeffrey.
school. I have gold card at Lululemon.
Oh, I see.
Does she pronounce it Lululemon?
No, I get the eye roll every time I say that. That's
Oh,
not
I'm sorry.
right, Dad.
Mm.
Okay,
She just doesn't understand us.
not
True.
yet, but she will. When
She
it's
will.
time to say yes to the dress, she'll understand. Yeah.
Is Lululemon doing wedding dresses now?
Oh, let us hope not.
For the active
Can't
bride.
afford an $80,000 wedding dress. That's
Right.
so much, isn't it?
Right.
That's amazing. All right, Jeffrey. Name
Under
this
Armour.
logo. Whoa!
Wow.
So fast. Nice. You can
With
tell.
the British spelling in Comic Sans, I'm so mad.
I was just going to say, you can tell I put together this slideshow quickly as all of the fonts do not match. And I know that's a big pet peeve of this one right here.
Oh, no, I'm fine.
He goes, I'm fine.
I'll make it through.
As long
All
as
right,
it's
Graham.
in size 20 so we can read it. That's all that matters.
Exactly.
Name this logo.
Oof. Duh.
It is not Oofda.
Boy, is that Fubu?
It is not Fubu.
Oopsie doodles.
Jeffrey, do you know what this logo is?
I was gonna wait to chat, people. Y'all are slacking. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, chat.
Let's go. Oh, sure. That was my next guess. Thanks, Jennifer.
Was it your guess? Did you
Yeah,
say
no.
Fendi?
What is- yeah.
Fendi?
Yeah.
What is? I've never even heard of Fendi.
Nice. Well, you got it.
If you run into somebody while you're both wearing Fendis, is it a Fendi bendy?
Hey.
Fender Winder.
Yeah.
All right, don't put this on your set. We have one more logo,
Okay.
and we are going to put it up on the screen, and then whoever shouts it out first
Well,
will get a bonus 300 points.
I'm looking
Oh,
at it.
wow.
Oh, you're looking at it?
Well, I mean, you put it up. It's in the.
Oh,
I'm
well, don't
running
look
the-
at it yet.
Okay.
Okay, keep your eyes closed, Dan. Okay, ready,
Calvin
one, two,
Klein.
Oh my
God! Da, 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 da. Congratulations to Jeffrey Griffin with an outstanding 316 points. You are the winner of today's game.
Yeah.
Our budget for congratulations needs to be increased.
Yeah.
No, we're good. We're good. I feel the love. I do. I
Aw,
feel the love.
You should. You're very loved.
You are very loved.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a person that I know that knows you that doesn't love you.
Wow, they got to raise their expectation level just a little bit, really.
Isn't that people for you though? Gotta love it.
Sure it
People are
is.
the bomb.
Very forgiving, always understanding, compassionate.
So true.
Good
Jeffrey,
stuff.
we always love to ask our guests, especially one with a heart as large as yours, if you have any wise words of wisdom for them, anything that you might want to put out there into the universe.
Well, you know, I mean, it's been great fun, and you all are fabulous, and some. I think part of the appeal of the world of music and theater is the inevitable friendship and the memories that stand the test of time. And these are what bind us together. I think through sorrow and loss and grief and sacrifice, and what comes full circle is that you remember not so much the applause and perhaps not even the story, but you remember who you were standing beside, and you remember who you hugged, and you remember who gave you that broken down, dying, wilty pink carnation with a quickly scribbled note card that said break a leg. And you know, it's those people, and it's somebody that stopped you in the parking lot that went, aren't you? I saw that. And it's not about being remembered. It's the, you know, I came to that show with my granddaughter. That's the last show I saw with my dad. Whatever it might be. And for, you know, in the world of music, and I think in so many ways, and I always claim to just kind of the default setting, and people go, oh, Jeffrey, do you sing anywhere? And I go, no, I'm retired. I'm in charge of stupid songs in the car. and I sing really fabulously in the shower now. But when you get down on the floor and you play with your children and you kiss the person that you love right at bedtime and you pat the dog on the head, and for me, it has always come to this, is that you are loved. And if that makes you able to get up and go another day, then that's a moment well spent. So I hope that everybody has a really deep, rich sense and abiding grace for the fact that no matter where you are, no matter what you've done, no matter how you might think and the way you might live, you are loved. And Erinn and Dan, you are loved as well. I appreciate the visit. So thanks so much. We'll do it again soon.
Jeffrey,
you.
You are loved. What wonderful words you've constructed for my ears to drink up.
Drinking ears. And we get it in HD because we're hearing you on both ends.
Yeah.
So I'll be back for the wine tasting, right?
Yes.
That's right.
All right.
That's
let's
right.
Make
Do
it happen.
you think you could to meet that challenge?
I'll pour. No, I wouldn't begin to do that. No, I just know. I buy wine by the picture on the label. Oh, look, there's a red truck. We should get this one. It's good right there.
That's how I buy wine. There was
Uh,
actually a really cool wine bottle. It was like criminal wine or something.
nine crimes.
9 crimes wine. And I just really wanted it because it was such a cool bottle. And I was like, I don't care how much it costs. It looks cool.
That's right. So I'll come back and pour, and you all can taste. That'd be
Great. We're holding you to that.
Sounds good.
You're on.
Love you,
Thanks
Jeffrey.
for the visit. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Man, that is great advice.
19 Crimes recently released a Snoop Dogg iteration.
I thought that was a joke, and I was waiting for the punchline.
No, that's the one you saw
Oh,
in Ely,
yes.
Minnesota. It's
It
Snoop on the
is.
cover.
Oh, that's really cool.
And he deserves it.
Yep. Hey, there is nothing wrong with buying from the label. They say you can't judge a book by the cover, but it doesn't say you can't judge the wine or the barbecue sauce by the cover.
In fact, they say you should, which is why they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars into R&D for marketing and graphic design.
Exactly. Well, it's almost time, guys, but we have one more segment that I would love to bring to light, especially after our incredibly positive guest tonight. And that segment, of course, is... Dan.
I couldn't hold it.
Today on Erinn's Positivity Corner, I would like to talk about my favorite C word. Does anybody know what it is?
I'm not going to say it.
Yeah.
Because we're a family-friendly show.
It's a very family-friendly word. I say it in front of my kids all the time. I say it at Spring all the time. I say it in my businesses. I say it at my house. My favorite C word is communication.
Amen.
I genuinely believe with my whole heart and soul that anything can be fixed with communication, because people are good. People are great at heart. People have so much to give, and people love you, just like Jeffrey was talking about. And communicating can solve anything. So anytime I go into a project or a relationship, whether it be husband and wife, or whether it be, I don't know why I just said it like that. I just truly believe that if something is brought to the front, it can be fixed and dealt with, or at least understood. It's not that the whole thing will be changed, but it is so important to at least understand where the other person is coming from. So I challenge you this week, instead of talking about someone behind their back, or instead of making judgments against someone's decision that you don't understand, or if you're feeling a certain way about something, go right to that person and be like, hey, Dan, why didn't you wear your shirt today? Just let me know.
Enough about this shirt. I've made an enormous mistake.
I'm kidding. I think you look handsome as heck. But I challenge you this week to go out and communicate more. Really and truly breathe in communication as much as you possibly can. And I think it'll make you a happier person.
I think that's wonderful advice. And I think it's something that's lost a little bit in our more closed off bubbles. We feel in a lot of ways more connected in the world these days because of technology and because of social media and things that in theory unite us and connect us. But I think what ultimately happens is it disconnects us a little bit too, because we're putting volumes of technology, or we're just putting increasing levels of barriers or buffers between ourselves. And I think it's harder to communicate face to face. I know that personally, since COVID, that I've had a much harder time in person to person. Thanks for the thumbs up.
I think a lot of people have.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's something that's rewired in a lot of us now. But I agree with you. If you can find the strength to communicate clearly and concisely, I think the first time that you're uncomfortable with it, I think you'll find it has results that clear up your communication channels, make you feel more empowered, make your friends and family members feel more heard and respected, and it's a snowball.
And if someone ever posts something, instead of judging them on it, I do believe that everyone, especially, election season is here. I would say it's coming, but it's here. We get into the election year and we just all start talking about it all the time. And I think that it's something that really divides people. And instead, I just hope that this season you can do one of two things. You can turn it off completely and look at the blue sky outside that's still there, no matter what happens in office. Or you can communicate directly with someone with an open mind. If you go to have a discussion with someone, maybe don't go in with any hate in your heart. Maybe just go in with genuine curiousness on how that person feels the opposite of you. And I think you'll learn a lot.
Especially for this election season, because I'm not going to get into politics and things like that, but I feel like with these two candidates more than ever before, you know who you're voting for already. What are you going to gain by watching them talk more for the next 5 months?
So true.
You know who you're voting for. Whichever one it is, that's the one you're voting for. Yeah. And
so
don't fall into the media cycle and get riled up and learn to loathe your neighbor just because that's the political game these days. Just don't do it. Rise above it. Let's change this system.
Love number one, and let's just put hate and disgust away. We can do that. We have the power to do that. I think that you can really control just a couple of things. And the biggest thing is your attitude. Mm-hmm. You can control your attitude. It's something that I've always believed in. And sometimes it's harder than others.
That's Keystone Stoicism. That's you cannot control what happens to you in life. You can influence outcomes, but you can't control the things that happen. What you can control is the effort you put in and how you respond to the results. And if you let things roll off your back, it's a serenity prayer. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. If you can do that, I swear to God, that'll solve 90% of your woes in life.
It so will. It so will. And know that you are loved. Like our amazing guest today said, you're loved, and go ahead and show that love in every way that you can. We love you. Thank you for tuning in each and every week. We are just overwhelmed by all of you. And next week, we have a very special Stardew Valley episode coming.
We do. If you don't know what Stardew Valley is, you are missing out. And Erinn and I are going to Atlanta on Saturday.
Yes, we are.
To see the chamber orchestra present the music of Stardew Valley on Sunday, and we're very, very excited for that.
So hear all about that next week. And in the meantime, share some love and spread some joy.
Boy, we have not made a joke in minutes, and
it's too late now.
Why start now? I mean, it's just...